What is up, guys? I've returned to talk about Fire Force Season 3, Episode 1. Now, as usual, we're going to go over some scenes, going to recap, give our thoughts, overall score of the episode, and then we're going to go from there. This one should be fairly quick because a lot of this was just expedition, build up, leading up to something else. Now, this first scene here, when you hear the noises, I thought somebody was giving birth. But it was just Haumea just doing something. Like, I don't know. She's crazy, right? Who knows what she was doing? But he has that sneak in his grin, like that he doesn't like what's happening. So I'm assuming she's like toying with her own head or something like that, right? With her powers. I'm assuming that's what she's doing. Or she's trying to keep herself in check or keeping whatever bit of sanity she has left. So she's like using her powers on herself. I'm assuming that's what's happening, but I digress. I don't know, but I thought this was someone giving birth, but it was just crazy Haumea doing what she does. So moving on to these two here, right? The rivalry, Shinra and Arthur, the rivalry. Now, this is interesting to me because judging by what we've seen of Shinra and what we've seen of Arthur, I would assume Shinra is stronger than Arthur. Right? Am I wrong? At least that's what I think he's stronger than Arthur. But nonetheless, the rivalry is still there. And it's like a Naruto Sasuke moment. And I know a lot of people are going to compare a rivalry to that because that's one of the oldest ones. But that's kind of what it kind of reminded me of. Even though Shinra is stronger than Arthur. At least I mean, am I wrong? Is he not? I would assume he is, but maybe I'm wrong and I haven't seen and Arthur is like hiding some hidden power, but I would assume Shin was stronger than him. But let's go to I like the fact that she had so much progression toward the end of season 2 and she is now stronger. Because as I mentioned, Shinra and Arthur, Naruto Sasuke, Sakura, and I don't mean Sakura that she has a crush on one of them. I mean Sakura in a sense that useless. Okay, that's what I mean. And it's turning out that she won't be that way, which I like. Now, she is the fan service character. Say what you will about that. Okay, say what you will about that. But I really would like to see her character get stronger or get more progression because I don't want her to be useless, right? I really don't. I don't want her to be useless. The character is interesting, but I just don't want her to be like Sakura. I just don't want her to be like Sakura. I really don't. And it's turning out that she won't be that way, which is good. So, there's one thing that upset me the most about this episode, and I'll get to that in a moment. But the Section 8 or Station 8, they're just training up here amongst themselves, right? Maki, Tamaki, Shinra, Arthur, they're just training, and just having a spar match, right, amongst themselves. Now, let's look at this dude. Some would argue that Burns is the strongest captain. Others would probably argue that Benimaru is the strongest captain. Now, you heard that from the White Cloud, from the Evangelist, right? That Benimaru is the strongest one, right? And we'll get more to him in the next scene, but whichever one you think is stronger, right? We can all agree that he's pretty strong, as a captain. We can all agree. Now, and this is what upset me the most, right? When you have this kind of a strong character, seemingly strong character, and Haumea used her ability, Talking Head, to manipulate this man and have him swear his allegiance. Now, if Benimaru is the strongest, you would think that they would try to get him instead of Burns. Maybe it wouldn't work on him. Maybe his devotion to the temple or to God isn't as strong as Burns. So that's why they chose to go after Burns. That may be the case. Maybe in the beginning, when we hear Haumea doing her whatever she's doing, you know, maybe it's just her prepping her powers, her abilities to get maybe stronger or something, so she can get Burns, so she can manipulate Burns, and so it'll work on Burns. But in them doing that, they captured the captain of Station 8, Obi, to lure out Shinra. Okay, they're still going after him, as we all know, to lure out Shinra. So I don't know if this is setting up. I hope this is setting up for Benimaru versus Burns. Is what I hope this is setting up for. I don't think I'm gonna. It's probably like Shinra versus Burns, but I don't really want to see that. I want to see Benimaru versus Burns is what I want to see. And since the captain of Station 8 has been captured, the rest of the group is about to go rogue. They're about to go rogue. It's about to be Rogue One. Okay, it's about to be Rogue One, and everybody's gonna be against them. They're going against the Empire with this, and that's what this build up was. It was to showcase that that's what's going to be happening, and I'm assuming we're gonna see some elements of that throughout this whole season. So I'm excited. Right, I like Fire Force. The only thing that tripped me up was how easily Burns got manipulated. And he got manipulated so easily that it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But if what I suspect is true is that his devotion and his devotion for God and the temple is what spurred that on, and that's what made it so easy, then I suppose that makes sense, right? I suppose that makes sense that they used him and not go after Benimaru. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this season? Do you think Burns is stronger than Benimaru? I don't think so. Do you think Shinra is stronger than Arthur? I think so. Okay, I think so. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's all I got for this one. Keep on keeping on.